beautiful people. Hi beautiful people, you're welcome back to my channel. Like I promised in my last video that I'm going to stretch myself and see how I can put out more content. It's a Wednesday and I'm here with a brand new video. If you're just seeing my face for the first time, my name is Oweye Jesiloba Grace and I'm a YouTuber based in Lagos, Nigeria. If you're not already subscribed, please do that now. Give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe because there will be more content on this channel that you do not want to miss out on. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button and you can also hit the bell so that you get notified every time a new video drops. Today's video is for everyone, but I think that you're going to particularly find it helpful if you're an emotional person. So make sure that you forward this video to anyone that you know that is emotional. Being emotional is something that is often frowned at, excuse me, and it's not exactly something that is bad. You know, being an emotional person means that you're in touch with your emotions, you have feelings. It's why you're not an ardent criminal. You know, you have feelings, you feel things. Where a problem occurs is when you're governed by your emotions, but generally being an emotional person isn't exactly a bad thing. It's how you're compassionate, it's how you feel love. And I like that the Bible also told us that Jesus had emotions. You know, the Bible told us that Jesus was angry, Jesus was tired, Jesus felt sad up to the point that he cried. So being an emotional person is not a bad thing. Emotional people will often abandon facts, will often abandon truth, even from the Word of God, and just run solely on what their feelings are saying. You can't be so engrossed with what your heart feels or what you feel that you forget about what your head is saying or what your head is thinking. And this is something that emotional people do almost all the time, and this is why you need to rein your emotions. You need to know when, oh, this is not an emotional matter, this is something that I have to use with my head. So emotional people would often get into a nervous breakdown. They could be angry, extremely angry, extremely sad, extremely tired, dejected, and over something. If they would just take a break and use their head to look at the facts and look at everything that's surrounding that situation that's making them feel those intense emotions, they would realize that it's really not that deep. There is something that I want us to note, and that's what I'm going to be sharing in this video. If you're an emotional person and you have a hard time, separating your emotions from what really is going on, or you find that you're governed by your emotions and that has led you to do things that got you thinking, what on earth was I thinking? I think everyone can relate. At some point in your life, you're just thinking, what in the world was I thinking? Did I not have a brain? Was I not thinking? The truth is that you weren't thinking.
She lost concentration.
So this video is going to help you to reduce the times that you're going to be saying, what in the world was I thinking? What was I thinking? So if you're an emotional person, you know that you still have a lot of growing to do in your emotions and mastering your emotions. And it's not a one-day thing, it's a process. So you need to give yourself time. But let me tell you something that is going to help. So every time that you feel, a rush of emotion, your emotions just come in like a strong, mighty rushing wind, every time you feel it, and it doesn't have to be a negative emotion. Even when you're happy, you need to take a break. You literally just need to tell yourself, calm down, because bad decisions aren't necessarily made only when you're having a negative emotion. You can still make a bad decision when you're having a positive emotion. Are we tracking? So this video is really how to make better decisions if you're an emotional person. So this is it. When you're tired, when you're angry, when you're sad, when you're very happy, when you're very excited, anytime you feel those strong emotions, every time you have that emotional response to something positive or bad that has happened, you need to take your time, especially when you need to make a decision. Because if you're an emotional person, whatever decision that you make, whenever you're feeling those negative or positive emotions, would most likely not be 100, because you're so used to running on your emotions that your head has taken a backseat. Like you don't really know how to, go into your faculty of reasoning in your head and then make, decisions that you would appreciate later. So basically, you cannot make decisions hurriedly if you're an emotional person, no matter what emotion you're feeling at that time. You can't make decisions hurriedly, especially for ladies. Let's say there's someone that you like, or he likes you, and you happen to like the person, and you're an emotional person, and all the butterflies, all the love is coming in, like, whoa, it's like a Romeo Juliet, kind of love, very deep. You're just feeling everything. Your heart is doing beep, beep, beep. You can't sleep. You can't, every time you wake up, you're thinking about this person, and you need to make a decision. Let's say the decision is, do I marry this person? Yes, you're feeling those wonderful positive emotions, but you cannot say, because I'm feeling these emotions, this is exactly why I should marry this person. So you need to base your decision more than what you're feeling at hand. So you need to look at other factors. You need to look at other variables. What other things can I look at that will help, that will guide me into making a better decision? So you can't run hurriedly. And that's why many people run into relationships and run into marriages and then rush back out, because some of them were, just being governed by their emotions. And your emotions they're not so reliable because they vacillate. Feelings are actually fickle. I'm going to use myself as a personal example. So when I'm angry, I realize that I'm more angry than I should be when I haven't eaten. So like sometimes when I'm angry, I'm learning to like, have I eaten? I will go and eat first of all. And then when I eat, it's almost like I can see clearly, like, okay, this thing isn't really as deep as you're making it seem. Can you see what emotions are doing? So because I have not eaten, because I need food in my stomach, somehow my emotions are blowing things out of proportion. And then imagine, like, if you go make a decision when you're angry, it would definitely be the wrong decision, and that's not the way to live life. When you're confused, when you're bored, when you're sad as an emotional person, that is not the time to make a decision of, I want to go into a business, or I just want to do something. That is not the time. Let me use Forex for example, because I have a lot of friends that are into Forex. So I know that, for example, if you're, trading and it seems like you're making a profit and you're so excited, you need to actually check yourself, because if you're not careful, because of those positive emotions that you're feeling based on what you're seeing, it will lead you to make a wrong decision. At the same time, if you're losing, and then you could be so overwhelmed with like greed, and you could not be feeling like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, without thinking properly, and before you know it, you have made another wrong decision. So emotions are not something that you would just really say, this is what I want to run my life with. If you do that, you're going to forfeit what God has for you. You're going to lose a lot of opportunities, because most of the fights that we have in life are head fights where you need to go in with your head. You need to go in with what the word says, and your emotions can betray you. So you have to really be on top of the game. And if you've been running based on emotions for a long time, it's actually not the easiest thing to just switch to your head. So the best thing that I can say is try not to make decisions hurriedly. Whenever you have to make a decision, especially when it's an important one, you can't make the decision of a life partner, or maybe investing, substantial amount of money, or anything important, maybe like what course to read in school. If you want to relocate, you can't do all those things based on emotions only. So you have to, always give yourself time to think. Give yourself time to think. Let that emotion fizzle out. And they actually always do eventually. If you give it time, it would eventually fizzle out. If you don't believe me, think about the person you had a crush on, maybe when you were in, like, I don't know, maybe when you were 16. And then you're now 30, and then you see the person. You don't even have to be 30. Maybe you're 20 and you're just older and you're wiser and you're more mature. And then you see the person and then you're thinking, Egbami, how on earth did I have a crush on this person? That emotion has completely fizzled out. And that's pretty much it for this video. I hope that this video blessed you. I'm an emotional person and I can 1000% relate to it. I know that I've made some mistakes that could have been avoided just because I was running based on my emotions. And I feel like, you know, we should, as we're growing into this adult thing, we need to like always check ourselves and learn from our mistakes. So I thought to share to my fellow emotional people. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment under this video, and also tell me the kind of videos that you would like to see from me, and I'll definitely do those kind of videos for you. Thank you so much, beautiful people, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.